Hello, Wamily. I can't believe it's time for the end of year update already. I am really excited to share with you all that you have made possible in our 10th anniversary year and to tell you what's coming up in 2020. From launching our year with over 60 students in 4 schools for our in-school ensembles, to our world premiere production of Lady Randy, written by local female playwright Anne Undelund, to our hilarious Fresh Takes reading of Native Gardens, to our first intergenerational ensemble where our teens and elders worked alongside each other to devise a piece called Fractured Dreams, which premiered at our 10th anniversary gala before going on a mini Berkshire tour, to our illuminating Fresh Takes reading of Paradise, and concluding our year with our phenomenal production of Pipeline, which was in partnership with local social justice organization Bridge and a co-production with the Nora. Well, it will launch our 2020 season with their production in March at Central Square Theatre in Cambridge, Mass. And in the midst of all of that, myself and a few other of the Wamily members went to Washington, D.C. to Arena Stage and Dallas, Texas to Dallas Theater Center to mount a production of Anne, which started right here at WAM. Wow! We have had an enormous amount of community impact in our 10th anniversary year. And really, if you had told me in March 2010 when we launched WAM Theater that I would be telling you that you have made the following possible, I would not have believed you. You have created over 500 professional theater jobs, a lot of them to local theater artists and a lot of them to artists who identify as female. You have also made it possible for WAM to co-produce on a plethora of community events, readings, summits, conferences, and all kinds of community events that have had an impact. And finally, you have made it possible for us to produce 14 main stage productions written by female identifying playwrights and highlighting the stories of women and girls. And from those 14 shows, we have had 17 beneficiaries donating $75,000 to these incredible organizations taking action for women and girls. Those donations have made it possible for girls to stay in school and study with scientists, for female veterans to find a path to independence, for local women to train to run for office, for women who are dealing with cancer to put gas in their car to get to their appointments. You have made it possible for immigrant women coming from domestic abuse to find their way to a green card, and so much more. You have made an extraordinary amount of community impact happen in WAM's first decade. We hope that you feel as proud as we do of all that we have accomplished in our first 10 years. In April 2018, in anticipation of our second decade, the WAM and team and board made a case for support where we looked back and tried to figure out where we needed to go next. And what we realized when we really looked at things is that we are at our next threshold where really we need to go into 2020 doing less with more. In 2010, WAM started with a budget of $10,000. And I can remember when we got to 100,000, I realized that I couldn't hold everything in my head anymore, and that's when we had to start to hire staff and put in place office infrastructure. And now we have a budget of $350,000, and we are at our next threshold. For the first 10 years, we have had artists who have worked for us for the lowest rung of professional theater artist pay. We have had staff work an incredible amount of hours because everybody believed in our mission. Now, we all realize that if we want to really live up to our values and our mission and our vision, it is time for us to pay our theater artists more and to ensure that our staff is earning a reasonable pay for a reasonable amount of working hours. We know that if our Wamily stretches in their giving at the end of this year and going into next year and beyond, that we can extend our reach and multiply our impact. We are really looking forward to announcing our season early in 2020, where we are going to continue going to our edge and being part of a network of artists and activists locally, nationally, and globally who are working really hard to dismantle systems of oppression and create a world of empathy, equity, and belonging. As Ann Richards says in the play Anne, why should your life be just about you? We are so honored that you choose not to have your life be just about you by being part of our Wamily, and from us to you, we wish you a happy holiday season. Here's to leaping together in 2020 to continue to be a place where arts and activism meet. Happy holidays.